So in continuation with the generic type parameters, which is nothing but generic methods and generic classes, the next one is bounded type parameters. What happened in the case of bounded type parameters? It says that in case of your generic methods and classes, you are allowing any kind of a data type. That is, you have made the picture very wide, right? It is very wide, broad. You can put anything that you would want to. What you are saying? Example, there is a box. You have just given in a container and you say in this container, put any kind of a data that you want. But if you still want to put a certain kind of a restriction to this particular type, what do? You say that in this box, I would want to put data of a particular type only. That is, till now I was allowing you to put the data like integer type, string, character, double or any kind of a classes. But now I restrict you to put the data which are related to only numbers. That is, it may be long, it may be int, it may be float, but you cannot put the data like string or character. In those cases, you use bounded type parameters. So how do you restrict these kind of parameters? So it says that the list the type parameters name followed with the extend keyword. That is, it is saying if you want your class to be restricted with certain particular type, then you need to use a extends keyword along with the generic method. So we have created a class called maximum test. In that class, we have declared a method. And how do you declare a method? Before the return type, you provide what is the type parameter that it will accept the value. Now our concern is that how do you restrict to hold a particular type of a value? If you want numbers, you need to write extends numbers or integer that you would want. But now we are trying to say that this particular method should extend or should limit its restriction to the comparison operation. So you have a class called comparable in your Java which is being used here. So in this bracket, before this is our t, that we say the type of the data we will receive. This t, remember in our earlier case we used the letter called E. We have used the letter here as T. You can use any letter that you want. So we have used the letter T and we say that this T should extend comparable class only. That this T kind of a data, T is nothing but a type parameter. It is receiving some sort of type of value. It may be integer, float, string and so on. So now this data type or this value that it is receiving should be limited only to this particular type. That is, extends the comparable class. And in this comparable class, what kind of a data will you receive? Of T type, that is of your int or float type. Now this is nothing but you are trying to compare to function has been used. So let us execute this program in practical to understand how do you use the generic method and how do you restrict the generic method to use a particular type, that is bounded type parameters.
So in this example, we are trying to provide certain restrictions or the criteria over your generic method. See, now why do you use generic method? Generic method is normally used to allow any kind of a data at runtime, but there is always certain restrictions to be provided or recommended over these methods. For an example, if you're trying to display the values, some certain values like of integer type, then string, character, double and so, but you would want a restriction that please provide the value or please accept the values only of number type, that is only long, integer, double and so, but does not allow the string type. In those cases, we use bounded type parameters. Now, in this example, we have tried using a comparable class to identify what is the value, what is the max value between these two, and the third one where you do not know what kind of a value will be provided at runtime. It may be integer, it may be your double value and so. So here first we created a class called maximum test and then you write the access modifier, then the static, because here first we are trying to create what? A generic method, and in that generic method we are providing a bounded type parameter. That is, we are restricting this particular generic method to accept the only values which can be comparable, right? So you write what? You write access modifier name, static, and then you provide a return type, the method name, and then the parameters. And you say that the return type should be of T type and the parameters that it accepts the value should be of T type. Now this T may be anything, int, string, number and all, right? It can be a string, it can be a character, it can be an integer, double, and anything until unless you provide certain restriction over it, right? So you take three values and name the values as x, y, z. If this was an int, you would have written int x, int y, and int z, and it returns the value of integer type. But as we are using a generic method, we are not specifying what kind of a value it is at the compile time, because we are providing the value at the runtime. Therefore, here we have used the letter called T. But now what is this bounded type parameter, where we are trying to provide certain restriction of the kind of a value or the type of a value it can accept? That we say that this value should extend the comparable class. It says the comparable interface, you have a compare to method where you can compare the values. But what kind of a values can you compare? So it says that this method or this class can accept the values only restrictive to your comparable class, right? So you write T extends comparable. In order to get the methods or used or inherit the methods of a particular class, you use a keyword called extends, right? And the type parameter is of T type. Remember, in our generic method, we have written as public static. In the angular brackets, you had written E void and then certain method name, and then you provided E of array type, right? And now if you see, it will ask you a question or throw you an error because this E is not found, right? So you need to change it to capital E. Therefore, this was how you created a generic method. Similarly, here you are trying to call or write a method which returns a type of E. That is, whatever value that you are providing should return a value. The return type is E. But now what is the restriction that you will write under this particular type parameter, right? So this is how you have written in your this particular generic method which extends the comparable class, and this comparable class will also allow the kind of a value that you have provided. So the type parameter is T. So first we have created a variable called max. Because why we have created this variable max? Because we are trying to find out the maximum value, that is, which is the maximum value between x, y and z, right? So you created a variable called max which is of T type. If it was integer, we would have written int, but this is of T type which is not known. Therefore, you write T. And then you store, first you store the value, that is your initial value, which is x. Now you're storing your x value in T. Okay, so now your x value is stored in max. Therefore, max will hold the value of your first value, which is 3 in this case, and then it will call the compare to method of this particular class. And this compare to method will be called on y. So you write if the second value, which is y, dot compare to the first value. If y is greater than the max, then you say y is largest, and then save the y value to your max variable. And then if not, then you compare if z is greater or maximum, right? So first you are comparing if y is greater than maximum, not, then you compare if z is greater than maximum. Now if in this case y was maximum, then y would have been stored in max value and z would have been compared with y. If y was not maximum, then x value, then the maximum would have remained with the value of x, and then x would have been compared with z, and both comparison, according to the comparison, it would have written the max value. It is very simple. As you can write, you say that one int maximum holds a value of your a value, right? And then you say that if my b value is greater than a, then the max value should become B. If not, then the max value would be A. Now, if max value is B, then compare if my C value is greater than B or not. If yes, then please store the max value as C, otherwise B. So this is how you are performing the course of action, right? So this now you're providing dynamically what kind of a value will you return. Will it be of integer type, double type, or what kind of value you are returning at the runtime? So in the main method, first we have printed this particular thing where you are writing max of these 3 digits is this one. Remember, in our old recommended thing, we have learned that this D variable, this D character stands for digit, and to print or hold the value, first you need to provide the percentile, right? So and followed with the commas, it will take the indexes. So this, after the comma, the first index value would be calculated to this percentile D, next to this, third will be this, and finally whatever value have, the value of is nothing but maximum 345. That is, you're calling this particular method to find out the value. Similarly, for if you want to print the values, or if you want to find out the maximum value of floating point, you write F, right? So you would have written percentile dot F. Why have you written point? Because it is saying after point, whatever value is there, please print. Here you have after point 1 number. If you had 2 numbers, then you would have made it here as 2. That is, please display both of them. But here, because you have 1, you have written 0.1, and this is a floating point. Similarly, next one, you are trying to find out for your string, that is what kind of value it is, and please display which one is greater than what. So let us execute this program. And now, as you see, it says that out of 3, 4, 5, 5 is maximum. Out of these values, 8.8 is maximum. And out of the last 3, this is the maximum. It will calculate the ASCII value and print which one is maximum. So this is how you can provide a comparison, or you can provide certain kind of a criteria on your particular generic method. That is, this is kind of your bounded type parameters.